burdens or we can look at them as opportunities. And the good news that we bring is not something you're going to see in your social media feed. It's not something you're going to see when you turn on CNN. It's not something you're going to hear when you turn on your radio. But the good news that we bring is that as we travel the world sharing this music, we meet wonderful, loving, caring people like yourselves. And we realize that all these divisions that they talk about on the news, these divisions of these lines on the map, these walls that we build, these divisions of religion, race, culture, language, are really only illusion. And there are more people out there in the world than you realize that know this, that believe this, and that are willing to help, that are committed to help, to make this world a better place for our children and our children's 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 children. And it's so important to get this reminder. So we are tasked with bringing you this good news through this music to remind you about the strength that you have and that you are connected to billions of people around the world who are looking for a positive future, who are looking for a sustainable future. So we bring this connection to you to remind you, to strengthen you, to let you know that you are the leaders that you need in your community, that you don't need to look to anybody else to be led. It's time for you to take the lead, because you've been given this path of light for a reason. You've been given this path of positivity for a reason. It's to share it with the ones that you love, to share your knowledge, to be open to learn, to be open to teach, but also to share it out there with people that you don't know. People that are stuck in the darkness, or are living a life of hatred or anger or depression or rage or sorrow or self-pity. You've been given this light to remind them that they have power as well, and that they are loved and they are cared for just as much as we are. Because we've come to this place and we've found this path because others have guided us here. Our friends, our family, am I right? We could never have gotten here on our own. We've gone astray many, many times, and we've been lucky enough to have good people around us helping us get back on the right path, teaching us, giving us the room to grow, to be ourselves. So we invite you to be yourselves here, to spread your wings, to let your energy grow. Fill your hearts with love, fill your hearts with kindness, fill your hearts with compassion, with forgiveness, with understanding, and go back out into the world and share it with those who need it most. Thank you for listening. Let's sing together, all together. Let it out now, Lord. Let me feel the heart here in Jersey. It's so good, it's so good. Said it, I'm gonna never be dropped out of the sky. It's the case for the cup of redemption. Have we ever really gotta know man. Thank you so much, love in the room. Thank you for making it feel so good in here. Thank you for bringing this beautiful energy here. Amazing, amazing, amazing energy. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
That's Paul Spina on the drums, P-Butter. And that's Marcus Urani on the organ over here. Thank you for bringing your love tonight. Thank you for making us feel so welcome again here in Asbury Park. We really, really, really were looking forward to being here with you guys. We had such a great time last time we were here at the Saint, and I think it's been kind of a while, so it's really nice to it's really, really nice to be back here with you guys. So thank you so much. Thanks. We're going to go back to our first album. This was called Human Race. I need a hat to hide under. I need some shoes to fill. I need a coat to curl up so that I can dream of it. And a broken one so that I can just dance it. Because this whole world is going crazy. I just can't find my place. I've got no steam to come up with, no time to keep up with this race. I just wanna make this world a better place for each and every one. I wanna run human. So that I can dream again, and a broken one so that I can just stay still. Because this whole world is going crazy, I just can't find my place. I've got no scheme to come up with, no time to keep up with this race. I just wanna make this world a better place for each and everyone. Thank you, Asbury Park. Please give it up for my wonderful, beautiful, amazing band. On the drums, people. On the bass guitar, Johnny Peace. On the organist, Marcus Urani. On the saxophone, my brother Reggie Padilla. On the keyboards, my little brother Kitsu Tamaki. So much love, so much positivity in this room. It feels so good to be a part of it. It feels so good to be here, to be a part of this room with you. And what a miracle that we could find ourselves all the way here across the United States, across the Pacific Ocean from our home, Oahu, Hawaii, to have brought this music all the way here. Honestly, this was never my vision, but it was a path that was laid out for me, and I'm thankful for it. Because this music has brought me a lot of healing, it's brought me a lot of knowledge and wisdom. There was a point in my life where I opened myself up to it, and I had a very big spiritual shift in my life, in my early 20s. I had been writing music up to this point, and none of this music felt like it was good enough to really share, and I would share it with my friends, and they would say, ah, it's pretty good, you know. And it wasn't very good. But around this time, I got into meditation. I did some fasting, I went through a lot of cleansing. And all of a sudden, my energy was flowing better. And I started writing these songs, and I realized how different they were. And I was really excited about them because they were teaching me something. And then I started to think, well, how can a song teach you something? Because it's like, if you're writing a song, wouldn't you already know that? Right. And that's when I realized I was just tapping into my higher self, tapping into the universe. And all that wisdom, and all that wisdom is out there just for us to open ourselves up to. And somehow at that point I figured out how to put my ego aside enough to just let it come through and be a filter for it. And I started sharing it with people. And that was when I really truly realized what it was all about. Because people started connecting with it, and it was like, and still is, the most amazing feeling. And it's really, and you know, it's all about healing. You know, it's about healing and growth. And when these songs come to me, I learn from them and I grow from them and I heal. And then I share them with my brothers and we start to work out how we're going to play them. And all of a sudden they feel differently because they put their energy into it and they say, wow, that's a cool song. How does it apply to me? And the same is true with you. When you guys come here tonight, you're listening and you're feeling this music. And you're giving it back, and I'm feeling how it feels, and it's really amazing to feel how much a song can shift and change in its vibration in just one night with the help of a couple hundred beautiful people. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. I just want to share with you guys a little insight into my own life. It's been a pretty, probably some of the most crazy last weeks of my life. And right before I left, about 4 days before I left, my brother Samites, who I've been playing music with for about 20 years, I've been best friends with him for the last 20 years playing music. He's played in just about every project I've done over the last 20 years. And, the situations in our relationship and miscommunications in our relationship led him to have a breakdown and let me know about 4 days before tour that he couldn't come on the tour. And it broke my heart, and it's still breaking my heart, but it was something that was necessary because all this time in our relationship, there have been things that built up in him and he never said anything to me. And I felt it there, and I could feel it. And because we're doing all this good work, I never said anything to him, and I never asked him about it. And it got worse and worse and worse. And so our relationship started to become toxic. And as much as we love each other, we needed a break from each other. And it's good. And as hard as it's been, as much anxiety, as much stress as it's been, it opened up my eyes to so many things that I needed to work on. So many mistakes that I made that I didn't realize I made. And the major mistake that I made was just not communicating. And in any relationship, you have to have communication. And I know Sam will be all good. I know I'll be all good. And we'll be all good together. And sometimes these things just take time. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted you to know that I travel the world and make this music, and it's the most amazing and beautiful life I could imagine, but at the same time, I'm just a real person like you guys. I make a lot of mistakes. And it's okay to make mistakes, but you have to be able to grow from them, and you have to be able to see what you did wrong, and you have to be able to see somebody's other perspective. You have to be able to communicate. I already lost a couple friends this year to suicide. And I'm sure probably a few or maybe even more in these crazy times that you have also experienced that. And most of the people probably have the same story that my friends did. They were so happy. They were always so full of light, always ready to help, always ready to say something kind, to be helpful, to just give a smile. Always just seemed like they were in a good mood. And yet, all that darkness that they were experiencing, they just pushed it down because they didn't feel like they could talk to anybody about it. It's not good. It's not good. It's not going to lead to it's not going to lead to a good place. If you keep pushing that down, it blocks your energy. It doesn't let your energy flow. And soon enough, you keep feeding that darkness more and more and more, and the darkness takes over the light. And then you can't bear it anymore. And so, I'm sending this song out to my brother Sam Lights from Healing. I send it out to anybody who's in pain, anybody who's lost somebody. As a reminder that we all go through these times. We all go through these dark, dark times where we feel like maybe life is not worth living anymore, where we feel like maybe it's time to just give up, and we don't want to get out of bed, and we don't want to do anything, and we feel like we can't talk to anybody because we feel like nobody understands us. But the truth is, we do understand. Everybody understands because we've all been there. We may not be experiencing the exact same thing, but we've all been in that dark, dark, dark place. Every single person I've ever talked to has been there. So just remember, if you're feeling that, you feel like you can't talk to anybody, just talk to anybody because everybody's been there. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Life is just a test. I will remember this. Life ain't over yet. So please remember not to forget. first tears. They are so hopeful, and great grandfathers after many years. It is a circle. Teenagers find love and screw it all up. They are so fearful, yet somehow invincible. Oh, this life is not of hers. It will be hard times, and it will get worse, but always do your best. Always remember that you are blessed. Glad seeds love will grow, but remember who you are. And if you travel far, remember your heart is where your home is. If you travel to the stars, remember your heart, and you won't be homeless or homesick at all. But this life is just a test with many failures and some success. But I will place my bet, and I will leave here with no regret. Thank you so much. Please give it up one more time. We're gonna do one more song for you guys before we go. Oh, we want to thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for bringing all your love. We want to thank the House of Independence for having us here. To June for just taking great care of us and doing a great job on the sound and everything. Our brother Ed is here with us doing our merch for tonight. Please go see him and say hi. Tell him thanks as well. And when we're done, we're going to take a moment backstage and cool off for a second, and then we'll come out and hang out with you guys before you go. If you'd like that, we always do that. We always love to connect with you and hear some stories and share some stories and share some hugs and sign stuff, take pictures, whatever you guys want. We'll be here. So please stick around and say hi to us afterwards. Thank you for all the love tonight. Thank you for this healing experience. It's been a great night, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you for bringing all the love. As you go from here, remember, the key to being on a permanent holiday is not being lazy, it's not working. It's about working really hard, doing something that you love. This thing that I do here, this music that we do together, we manifested this together, each and every one of us in our own lives, because we knew we had a vision. We knew we had something that we could share that could help. And we all worked shitty jobs, and we all worked in the system, and we realized that if we put our energy into this day by day by day, we put more and more energy into it, manifested our visions, we would come out of those shitty jobs and start working this path that we love, this music, and being able to share, being able to give. And the same is true for each and every one of you. If you have a vision, I'm sure all of you have a vision, because we're all put here, we all have a purpose on this planet, and you all know deep down what your purpose is. So if you found that purpose, remember that it's okay to be working a job you hate. It's okay to be slaving away in a system you don't believe in, but it's not okay to not put energy into your vision and manifest it and make it a reality every single day. Even if you just put a few minutes, into it, the next day it'll be a little bit stronger and it'll grow, and the next day it'll grow, and the next day it'll grow, and it'll grow, and it'll grow and bigger, and pretty soon you'll quit that job that you hate, and you'll be doing what you love, and you'll manifest your vision into a reality. So thank you for being on this permanent holiday with us. Thank you for striving for your own permanent holiday. We love you, love you, love you. Thanks again for listening. I change my words. I be on. I live I'm in. I will myself. I change my words. I be I am. I be live I'm true until I see real live life celebrate. I be change see manifest word speak. I fuse be breathe. I make decision. I be live I'm true until I see real life celebrate. I be change see manifest word speak. I fuse be breathe. I make decision. I be live I'm true until I see real life celebrate. I be change see manifest word speak. I fuse be breathe. I make decision. I will be manipulated and control. And in the day that I will see a revelation, make my life a celebration. I will lead a change. I seek it, manifest that word. I speak it. I refuse to be imprisoned. I will make my own decision. I will be manipulated and controlled. And in the day that I will see a revelation, make my life a celebration. I will lead a change. I seek it, manifest that word. I speak it. I refuse to be imprisoned. I will make my own decision. I will be manipulated and controlled. And in the day that I will see a revelation, make my life a celebration. I will lead a change. I seek it, manifest that word. I speak it. I refuse to be imprisoned. I will make my own decisions. I will be manipulated. In the daytime, I will see a revelation, make my life a celebration. I will be the change I'm seeking, manifest the words I'm speaking. I refuse to be imprisoned. I will make my own decisions. I will be manipulated and controlled. In the daytime, I will see the revelation, make my life a celebration. I will be the change I'm seeking, manifest the words I'm stripped from us. From the moment we were born, all that's been taken away. All that's been taken away. Oh, from the moment we could talk, our words have been twisted. All the veils over our eyes, opportunities missed and gone. From preschool we stood in line and worked for a brain, against each other for a brain. And we grew up, got the job and fought for another dollar to get paid. How long will we step on one another, giving our energy to corporations instead of our sisters and brothers? Sing after me. We got to take back the knowledge,
Take back the knowledge.
take back the power,
Take back the power.
take it back, take it back.
Take it back. Take it back.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Take it back, take it back.
Take it back. Take it back.
Together we can take it back.
Together we can take it back.
'Cause knowledge is power. Take back the knowledge, take back the power, take back it was stolen from us. We got to take back the youth and the knowledge. The two that we've been keeping us apart. We got to take back the knowledge, take back the power, take back what they have stolen from us. Together we got to take back all the things we got to take back. Take back the power, humanity, don't let this be our final hour. We got to take back the knowledge, sing, take back the power, humanity, don't let this be our final hour. We got to take back the knowledge, take back the power, humanity, don't let this be our final hour. One more.
Take back the knowledge. Take